What do you do when your space is overwhelmed by all the projects you're currently working on? Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and welcome to our From the Vault series. Today we have a throwback video to Organization Overhaul. This is a series I did with my Patreon members back at the beginning of 2025, where we really dove in and we're working to organize different parts of our spaces. In today's video, I am talking about your current projects, the projects that you want at your fingertips that you're currently working on. Maybe you have 2, maybe you have 3, maybe you have 10. How do you keep your current projects organized? How can you make the most of your space and be able to kind of come and go in between projects? That's what we're going to talk about now. So let's flash back to 2025 me and see what I have to say. So this is something I hear all of the time. You have your space organized. You're feeling good about where everything is, and then you start to create and it becomes a disaster zone. Everything is everywhere, and I think that's something that a lot of us can relate to. You might have places where everything is stored, everything might have a home, but as you're working on a project, that's naturally going to be a point where things come out of their homes, things come out of their places, things gather in maybe some odd places in your space, in your home. Maybe you gathered a bunch of supplies and you're working on the dining room table because you wanted to be around your family, and now everything feels cluttered and a mess. Working on a current project is so important. That's the whole reason we have creative spaces, is to create and have fun. So let's talk about how to organize those projects that you're working on. That can feel really freeing because it gives you a way to kind of store those projects, to not have to have them out all of the time. That can be really helpful. So let's talk about a few ways that I store my current projects or projects that I'm working on, and then we can go back and talk about some other options that might work in different types of spaces. Let's go. This is my We Are Memory Keepers tray cart, and it's what I consider my current project cart. This is where I prep videos. This is where I keep things I'm working on, but then I want to clear out space. These trays are fantastic. So these are just your basic trays. Think of them kind of, they're a little dusty, but think of them kind of as, you know, your lunch tray. They have a pretty good depth, which I think is really nice. And I can gather the things that I'm currently using. This is what I do when a project is in progress. So for instance, I've been working with some printables from Illustrated Faith. I haven't finished cutting them out. I'm not ready to file them. They're all on this so that I can pull them when I'm ready, and then I can put them away when I'm ready. I've been working on stickers for Patreon and some Happy Mail for Patreon. So all of those bits and pieces are out. I'm not ready to put them away. I'm not ready to store these things back in their regular home. They're kind of in progress, things that I'm currently working on. This is where I prep my videos for the week. If I know I'm doing certain videos and I'm kind of going through and gathering supplies, then I have trays to kind of gather them. You can see this one comes with 6 trays. I have loved this cart. It has been really helpful. And what I love is that the trays come out. I can pull this onto my desk. I can work on what I need to work on. Everything goes back on the tray, and then I just slide it in. Now, some downfalls or some maybe traps with this cart is not remembering to kind of cycle through the different projects that you're working on. So once you're done with a project, then it's time to clear out that tray so a new project can go in. And then if it's full, if you have 6 different trays going on, then that might be enough projects to work on at a time. If you're still pulling out new stuff, you might have forgotten that you have, you know, this bottom tray down here that needs to get some love. So this has been kind of a game changer for me. I'm just noticing how dusty it is, you guys. It's crazy. This has been a game changer for me in organizing things that I want to keep out, that I want to work on, that are in progress, but I don't want on my desk in that moment. Having a system like this. Now, you might not have space for a full cart within your within your creative space, and I totally understand that. Maybe your carts are used for storing other things, sticker books, whatever it might be, and you're like, that's great, Elisa, but this might not work for me. Let's think of some different systems that you might be able to use to store the things that you're currently working on. All right, all of these are some different options for how you can store current projects, and they will work in different types of spaces. And so let's kind of just start going through. Let me clear some out and we'll talk through it. All right, I know that we have a lot of paper crafters in this group, and so these are two options that I can and have used for storing current projects. The first is this. You have seen this on my channel before. This is how I store my 12 by 12 paper, but these plastic sleeves work great for putting elements of a project all together, especially if they are flatter elements. So maybe you're doing some card making and you've pulled a set of stamps and some paper that you're wanting to maybe batch make some cards with. You can stick them all in here. This is going to hold what you need, and then you can just simply put it away and pull it out when you're ready to use it. Obviously, this won't work for some projects, but this can work really well for a lot of different things, especially if they are in a bit of a flatter kind of realm. So I think these work great. They hold up really well. Yes, they expand somewhat. They do not have the expanding kind of accordion fold at the bottom. I've had people ask me that before. They don't expand at the bottom, but if you have mostly flat elements, these will work fantastic. And then you can see it'll be pretty slim. You can put it on a shelf. It won't take up as much room as a cart might. So this can be a really good option. Something similar. So I get this from the Hip Kit Club when I used to receive the Hip Kit Club. These are like your 12 by 12 kind of Ziploc style bags here at the top. I'm going to look on Amazon to see if I can find some options to share with you, but this is fabulous. And especially if maybe you have something that has a little bit more oomph to it. Maybe you're organizing some bigger kits. You wanted to throw some washi. Washi isn't going to store well in this, but this bag might be a really good option for putting together some projects, some project kits. This is one of those organization things. This isn't going to last forever. It's a plastic kind of Ziploc style bag. So eventually it'll kind of wear and tear and you might have to replace them. But I think this could probably be a really affordable way to find something that can pull together certain elements that you're wanting to work on, especially if you're cycling through some different projects. So these are options for things that are maybe a little bit more flat in nature. This one can have a little bit more bulk than this one, but I think they're two really great options. And remember, the idea is you're not storing this away forever. You're just simply clearing off a workspace. So you're gathering the elements of the project you're currently working on, throwing them in the bag, throwing them in the sleeve, putting them on the shelf, just so you can clear out and work on something else. Then it's all ready, all together, ready to pull out and start your project again. All right, I pulled this box as well. This is a cardboard box. This is maybe for some larger elements, perhaps some needlework, some cross stitch, I think this could even fit some yarn, you know, depending on the size of the project. This might be similar to also one of those 12 by 12 iris scrapbooking cases, the clear plastic cases. You can get them on scrapbook.com or on Michael's. This is going to hold things with a little bit more bulk to them. So maybe you are working on an actual scrapbook and you want to have it in here as you're working. Maybe you're working on a bigger journaling project. Maybe you're putting together a new planner or gathering elements for a new planner. So you have your, you know, you throw your planner in here and the rings and some things you're wanting to put, you're just not ready to put the planner together. This kind of slim line box can work really well. I kind of recommend the Container Store. I don't always recommend the Container Store because it's really expensive, but they have great boxes of good quality that come in a lot of different sizes. So they have some very, very slim. This one is probably 3 to 4 inches in depth. They have some that are, you know, a couple inches in depth that you can stack really easily that would work really well for storing some more projects with bulk, I would say. Like if you're gathering paints, you're pulling together paints and some paintbrushes, and you're just not ready to put everything back in its regular home. Something like this could work really well. And again, this is not going to be something, you can't have 14 of these. Most of us don't have the space to have a million of these, but having 2 to 3 for the projects that you're currently working on, and then cleaning them out when you finish that project so that they're ready to house something new, that can work really, really well. All right, this is an example of a planner bag. This is from the Happy Planner one that I received when I was on the squad. And this can be fantastic. I know the dust in my space, you guys. A lot of us have gotten into the habit of kind of packing a few things and going to sit on the couch, or going over to the dining room table, or working on the go. In a bag like this, some sort of container that you can take on the go can be really great. I've also suggested something like this to many of you that have a ton of different stickers, or something like you're trying to make sure you're using your stash. You can pack up one of these for like a season. This will fit a bunch of sticker books. This will fit, you can put your sticker books, your planner in another project, your cross stitch, your journaling, something else in here. And this can be your kind of go-to, and then you supplement from the rest of your stash. So you're picking out a few things that you're wanting to work on. Maybe you're often overwhelmed by your supplies. That is a very common thing that happens. You love all of your different craft supplies, but when you look at them, you're overwhelmed with choice because there's just so much. Take some time, narrow down your choices for the month, or even just for the week, whatever the case may be. Put those choices in here, and then when you sit down to create or to work on a project, then you're not overwhelmed. You're not feeling that same sense of overwhelm, but you still get to hold on to your larger stash, which is stored in your space and organized in a different way. A bag like this works really well. I mean, you can use any kind of bag, basket, something like that. I happen to like this because I like the structure. It's going to hold up well to weight if I add several different projects or planners into this. And it has handles that I can take around. So this works really well for me when I'm wanting to kind of move around my space. Love it, love it, love it. I think I don't know if this is still available on the Happy Planner website. I will link Happy Planner down below, and you can check out their storage options. But this one is a way that you can just kind of toss all your current project stuff into here, clear off your workspace. This is a way to take your current projects on the go, which is something that we're all kind of thinking through. And I love that. All right, now this is a slight variation. This is how I gather supplies for a current project. So yes, am I working through these projects in here? It's 3 different projects. Yes, but I also pulled this together when I started the projects in order to pull together supplies that I might use. This is a pretty sturdy basket. This one happens to be from the Container Store. I had to have it because it was rainbow. And then in the inside of this basket, I've used additional containers from the Home Edit, the clear containers that I can pull out very easily. This is where I happen to organize my Illustrated Faith current devotionals, the ones that I have my hands in already that I'm working through. And I pull all the supplies that I want to use together. This is very slimline. It works really well. All of the goodies for a devotional can fit into one little container, which I absolutely love that. And then I can just pull the container. I currently have 3 kind of in rotation, 3 devotionals that I'm working through. But I do this for all kinds of projects. I do something similar for big projects like Project Grateful or December Daily, or a longer kind of scrapbook that I might be putting together. I pull together the supplies that I'm wanting to use for that. I put them in a clear container like this, and then I have a place on my shelf where I can store those current projects. So what helps me is the fact that I have these containers. All of it can go in here. It's going to protect the supplies pretty well. But I also have a limited space on my shelf, meaning we talk about containing things all the time. It's contained. I cannot have any more than probably 3 to 4 projects more long-term, I would say projects in rotation, before I have to make some decisions. This is what I would call a more long-term project. This is spreading out over a month. December daily would probably be about 6 weeks for me. That's probably the longest term project I would have and that I would keep together as a currently project. If I'm working on a scrapbook over a year, I'm going to return those individual supplies to their homes in between working on it. But a month is kind of my limit on how long I'm going to keep things together for a current project. So about 3 to 4 of those is what I can fit in this basket. And so that limits me and makes me work through those projects and wrap those up, and or decide I'm not going to wrap them up and just disperse all of the different supplies anyway. All right, I hope that was a little helpful look at how I like to organize the projects that are in current rotation in my craft studio. I feel like that's a little bit of a stumbling block that we all run into because we want our supplies to be close. If we've gone through the effort of gathering things for a project, we don't want to have to put them all away every single time. That's where things start to get overwhelming. You get to the end of a crafting session and you're like, oh, if I have to put all of these individual things away, it's going to take a really long time. But if you have a place where you kind of sweep it all into there, these are the things I'm currently working with, it makes it much easier. It allows you to clear off your space, which for me is always a very inviting thing to walk in and have my desk ready to go, ready to create. So let me know down below, how do you store the projects that you are currently working on? Are you someone that just goes with the piles around your room? If you are, consider trying one of these other methods. Piles work, but they can get out of control really fast. I definitely know from experience. So having a place where you can clear things off, I think that will help you create and not be overwhelmed in the long run. As always, I will link things down below if you're looking for any of the pieces that I talked about today. If you have any questions or comments, I definitely want to hear from you. We are getting so close to the end of our organization overhaul, and I cannot wait to hear about all the progress that you have made in your spaces. I hope that you have a wonderful day. And as always, keep it creative.